Please go to elithecomputerguy.com in order to view schematics, code, and more for the projects that you are learning about. Welcome back. So I want to take a minute to talk about the different types of Arduino boards. So when you go out there and you're going to start doing Arduino projects, the first thing that you're going to hear about is the Arduino Uno board. This is the standard Arduino board. But then you're going to start hearing about other different types of Arduino boards, such as the Arduino Uno with Wi-Fi, or the Leonardo board, or the Mega board, or Nano boards, or a lot of other different Arduino boards out there, and it might be a little confusing to you as to which one you should use, and it's important to be thinking about which specific Arduino board you want to use when you create projects, because different boards have different functionality. So obviously when you're going to be creating a project, especially if you're going to be putting it out into the production environment, into the real world, you want to make sure that you grab the board that is most appropriate for you. So let's go over to the workbench and I can show you a little bit about these specific 4 boards and talk a little bit more about the different types of Arduino boards that are available. So here's a sample of 4 of the many different types of Arduino boards that are available. So it's important to understand when you're dealing with Arduino boards, any Arduino board that you're going to use, you're going to basically code for in essentially the same way. So that you're going to use the Arduino IDE, you're going to connect it to your computer, you're going to upload the code into the Arduino board, and then it's going to run. The analog pins essentially function the same way, the digital pins essentially function the same way. So when you're coding for any of these boards, more or less, you're going to be coding the same way. The difference between the boards, though, is the built-in functionality. So this is the standard Arduino Uno board that generally everybody starts with. So this gives you the USB connection, this gives you your analog ports, this gives you your digital ports, and basically is just a very simple way to get started. There's not a lot to this. One of the problems that people run into when they use Arduino Uno boards is it can only store a certain amount of code. So sometimes, especially if you're creating larger Arduino projects, you simply run out of storage space on the Arduino Uno to be able to upload code to. So that becomes a problem. Or if you're going to have a lot of sensors or a lot of devices that the board has to be able to communicate with when you're dealing with the Arduino Uno board, obviously you only have a certain number of ports here, so people can run into problems. That's where then the Mega board comes into play. So this is essentially Arduino Uno, has more storage space on here, and as you can see, it has a crap ton more pins. So if you're going to be having a lot of sensors connected to your Arduino project, you may want something like the Arduino Mega board. So this allows you to have a lot more digital inputs over here. So again, you can put more sensors, you can have this fire off more servos, that type of thing. Then you get into other things such as, what if you want an Arduino Uno board, but you want to be able to connect to it using a Wi-Fi network. So essentially, you want to have some kind of web page or something on the Arduino, and if you click a link, something like that, then that can fire off something for an event for the Arduino to do. Or maybe you can go to a web page and actually be able to look at the sensor data from a web page. And so this is an Arduino Uno, a Wi-Fi board. So basically, this is an Arduino Uno board with Wi-Fi, so that when you write the code, you can put your sensors in here, and then you can have this connected to a traditional TCP/IP4 network and be able to interact with the Arduino board over that network. So that's something that this has. Then you have something along the lines of the Leonardo. So the Leonardo here, more or less, looks like an Uno board. You'll notice the USB connector is different. So this has a micro USB connector. Now the interesting thing with the Leonardo board is this can directly communicate with a computer over USB. So normally, you, in order to see what the Arduino is doing or interact with the Arduino, you would open up something like the serial monitor within the Arduino IDE to see what's going on with the Uno board. With this, what's kind of interesting is this can actually act as a mouse or keyboard as far as your computer is concerned. So when you connect this using the USB, this can actually fire off commands to your PC to have to have things happen. So this might be useful. Let's say if you have sensors going into here, and then you connect this to something like a Linux PC, and then if something happens with a temperature, then this can fire off a keyboard command to that Linux system in order for events to happen on that particular server. So that is something that the Leonardo does. And so these are simply 4 of the options that are available. There are many more options that are available out there. They have something called the Nano. So the Nano is a really nice form factor. It's a very, very small form factor. So it's probably about half the size, at least, of the Uno here. And so I plan to use one of the Nanos I'm going to be doing some projects with like gliders, airplanes, and so I need something very small and very light to be able to fit on a remote control airplane. So I might use something like a Nano. And so these are the things that you should be thinking about when you're thinking about what type of Arduino board you're going to be using, especially if you're going to be putting these out into the real world. Not only that, but again, since Arduino is an open source platform, anybody can design, anybody can build. Off of what's been created here. You also see where there are some very special boards out there that are customized to do specific things. So I think there's something called ArduCam. So ArduCam is a camera that you can connect to an Arduino. Well, the people that created the ArduCam, they realized that the Arduino Uno, as it's set up, isn't quite what they need for that camera to function to the degree that they wanted. So they actually took an Arduino Uno and then they modified the design so that it would work with their camera system better. And so this is something to be thinking about when you're looking at Arduino projects and really going out there and looking to see what specific type of board you should be using for your project, because that will make life a lot easier. Again, if you need a lot of sensors, if you need a lot of inputs, a lot of outputs, using a mega board will make your life a hell of a lot easier than trying to duct tape something together using just a standard Uno board. Or again, if you want to be able to connect using Wi-Fi, instead of having to have an additional shield or a different module to get your Arduino to connect to a Wi-Fi, simply having the Wi-Fi built into the Arduino board makes life a hell of a lot easier. So those are some things to think about when you decide to build your own Arduino projects. Now for us, most of the time, we're just going to be using the Arduino Uno board because this is kind of like the standard default. It's very easy to use board, very inexpensive. But when you're going out into the real world, you're going to start deploying projects, you should be thinking about what board is best for your particular project. Again, as I talked about, I'm looking at creating some like remote control aircraft or some programmable aircraft. And so for me, I want something that is very small, very light for those projects. And so going with something like the Nano board will make a lot of sense. On the other hand, if you're going to be creating a larger project, let's say a larger robot that kind of roams around, you're going to need a lot of sensors, right? You're going to need a lot of ultrasonic sensors. You're going to need a lot of infrared sensors. You're going to need a lot of inputs so that robot doesn't run over something. Then you might want to use something like the Mega board. Again, it's very important to understand more or less the coding is the same. Whatever you use, you simply just have more digital ports when you use something like a Mega board. Other than that, there's not a lot else to it, but these are some of the things that you should be thinking about, especially when you're going out there to create projects, is basically what is the best board to initially build off of. Again, something like this Wi-Fi board. You can get Wi-Fi shields and you can get Wi-Fi modules to make an Uno board be able to connect to a Wi-Fi network. But again, the more components you have connected to anything, you have more possibilities for failure. Having the Wi-Fi simply built into the board itself, most likely you're going to get a more reliable platform for when you build your project. So really think about when you're going to go out there and build your projects, what is the best board for what you need? And if you start with the best board for your idea, actually building a project at the end of the day is going to be a hell of a lot easier and a hell of a lot more reliable. So I just want to talk about the different types of boards a little bit. Again, go do your research. This is simply 4 of the boards that are available. You could probably find 15 or 20 different types out there. And again, when you start to go out, like make sure you really look at the specifications and make sure you really look at the feature sets so that you buy what you actually need for your project. Because again, you know, this Leonardo board looks a lot like the Arduino Uno board, but this is able to send commands to a PC as if it was a keyboard or mouse, where this is not able to do it. So simply by buying something that looks almost the same, it may not have the functionality you're looking for. So that's all there is to it. I look forward to seeing you at the next video.